Hey guys, it's Dave. I just entered a new swing trade, BHVN Biohaven. So I'm going to go over that, my entry, basically how I plan to manage it, and basically my plan to exit. So looking at it, volume here, you can see was this highlighted number right there. The average volume is about 1 million. That's enough volume for me for my strategies of how I like to trade. I have a filter on this, I think, set at 500,000, maybe even 750,000. We shall see. Either way, why I like this name. Number one, just looking at the structure of the chart, you can see that it has its highs here. It sold off, started to create a rounding bottom, consolidated. I can mark this up for you so you can see what I see here. Broke this resistance area at 42, let's call it, and it broke it on volume and with a gap, right? So this is kind of a reversal looking play to me. Looking at the 200 SMA, this pink line right here, it continues to point upwards. The 50 SMA has now curled, starting to point upwards again. The 20 EMA is this blue one. The white is the 10 EMA, and the red is the 5 SMA. You can see in the past, it has a past history of respecting a gap up, pull back, right? So actually looking at this, this is pretty similar. So it has a rounding bottom here. Let me zoom in. I didn't notice this before, but I find it interesting. Ay, ay, ay. So this is kind of interesting. It gaps up on volume, price correction. So rounding bottom, right? Sells off, rounding-ish bottom, basing. Let's just say that. Gaps up here, price correction to the 10 EMA, respects it. Then it chops sideways, time correction, and then it pushes off the 20 EMA, and it continues to respect more so the 10 and 20 EMA. It likes to tag that 20 EMA area. So that's a history of it back in about a year ago, 9/27/23. So maybe this is getting into a strong point of the year for the stock. I'm not 100% sure. I don't even know what the stock does, to be honest with you. Maybe it is following a pattern. So I know, yes, prior actions do not forego future history, or whatever the saying is. Either way, it's a common occurrence. So what I'm looking for here is it's another occurrence. It has a rounding bottom. Okay, base consolidation. It broke that level on a gap, came back, couldn't even get back to retest it. It couldn't even get down, have enough supply to even fill the gap. So here is an unfilled gap from 43.90 to, I'll just go to the topping tail there of 41, call it. So there's a couple of dollar gap left there. Okay. Now looking at, I'm going to go to trading, trade ideas. You're not trade ideas. Trading view here. I'll show you how I entered. Light blue line here is the anchored VWAP from this day here, from that high. Okay. Looking through, so again, here's the gap up. I have an anchor VWAP to that gap up. All buyers, average participant is in control here. Okay, so again, all MAs are pointing upwards. It is in this sideways consolidation here. Okay, but what I like about it, if we go on the 30-minute chart, we can see that it broke this down trend line here, again, on a gap up. And this is about the halfway point of that. And so it broke that. The white line here is the anchored VWAP from that gap up day. Buyers, again, are in control as of close today, which is also when I bought in, by the way. I bought in with like 1 minute left at 52.99. Actually put that in there. So my 50 entry was 52.99. My stop loss here is 50.50. Okay, so I entered at 52.99. Basically, what I was looking for is this thing is in consolidation. Yes, technically I bought here. There could still be supply here. However, at the same time, it has tested this area uh, one, two. I won't count this one, but three, four. This is the fifth time testing it, and so now what it has done, it's created a consolidation zone. I have look above and fails here, tags the opposite end of consolidation. Right, look below and fail here, tags the opposite end of the consolidation, and it also broke this down trend line with a retest on the 30-minute time frame. It does still have this 53, 58, 53, 60 ish level area to break that white line. That's how I see it. And maybe this time it'll actually break it. We can anchor a VWAP here. Okay, from this high here, you can see again buyers are in control now. Okay, it failed last time. It got up above this, which is why I don't typically buy the first time price breaks over anchored VWAP from the highs. I don't do that anymore. It doesn't prove profitable for me. So I stopped doing it. I wait for multiple tests of it, and I wait for it to spend some time above that. And on this occasion, I'm trusting the multiple tests of it. Okay. I also like that within this consolidation area, it is creating higher lows here. So it's a higher low here versus that, here versus that, here versus that, even though these are pretty close. On technicality is a higher low. Either way, if you just want to say this area, this 5160 area is a higher low versus this 51 to 5060 area, right? So this is a higher low being made, okay? And to even make it easier for you, we can just do that potential uptrend here. This is starting point, one test. Maybe there'll be a second and a third test before this gets moving. Maybe not. Either way, that's how I entered. I also looked to make sure that buyers were indeed in control. So here's the anchored VWAP from today. Okay. Starting 8:30 open, low of the day was 51.90. So it came, I'm sorry, I lied. It's not low of the day. The low of the first 10 minutes was 51.90. It created a range. The high of it was 53 even. It came down, broke the low of the day, but then just got bought up the entire rest of the day ever since 11:30. And so, I mean, if it sells off and then gets bought up, especially with this high of a short float, with it creating higher high, with this kind of rounding here on the 5 minute, with it closing, with it breaking above the anchored VWAP when it was once, the VWAP of the day, when it was once resistance, it broke above it, came back to test it, provided support. So there is a resistance support flip within the day and then starts pushing away on end of day volume. This could gap up if the market wants to be strong over the weekend. This push off could also be people shorts covering because they don't want to put their money and capital at risk for over the weekend. So that's how I executed. That's the look that I like. My risk is 50-50, $50.50, not half and half. And yeah, I'll be managing it, and hopefully I keep this nice little win streak going that I have. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys like these, if you enjoy them, if they're helpful, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Come join our community. Go buy trade ideas. All these things have really helped me become and develop my professional trading career, and become a professional trainer and find my way of how I want to trade and what works for me. So good luck, stay safe, always manage your risk, and trade to trade the next day. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Later.